What is that? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Huh?
Dada.
What is it?
This.
What is it?
Gigi.
Yeah.
Gigi.
So Colby just got home from the post office, and y'all, my white Jersey Giants are here. These come from Hoover's Hatchery. I don't know where they're from. I've never ordered from them, but it's the only place that I could find white Jersey Giants. You know, I'm supposed to have 5 roosters and 12. Leave it alone. I'm supposed to have 5 roosters and 12 hens. I guess we will see. I'm getting them set up this morning right before we start school. So early this morning at 7 o'clock, the kids are having breakfast. I'm going to set my chicks up now. So these are going to be my breed of meat birds. Now you guys seen my American breast, my white Jersey Giants. These are gonna be the birds that I use to get eggs from to hatch out my meat birds. I do plan on crossbreeding these roosters with a couple of my American breasts so that I will hopefully have a bigger bodied bird. You know, I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I'm gonna try it and we're gonna see how it goes. But for right now, they have come in and I'm super excited because I ordered these like 5 months ago. So I am super excited about it. Once I raise these up, the American breasts are getting a little bit closer to laying, but I'll have these, I'll raise these up. Once these roosters get big enough, not only will I be able to get these eggs and my American breast eggs, I will be able to crossbreed as well and get those eggs and hatch those out for our own meat birds. And y'all have heard me talk about my problems with the Cornish cross. They're so delicate. You always have to buy them. Yes, they may grow out fast, but you lose some in the process. My American breast, I bought 12 from a local here in town. I still have 12. I'm hoping that I have the same luck with these now because they are more of a heritage breed and not a souped up cross of a cross of a cross. I'm thinking that the genetics of these birds are going to be way better than something like a Cornish cross. And y'all, it makes me sick to my stomach knowing as a homesteader that I'm having to buy these birds and they're so fragile and they're so delicate that any little thing, I have had them rained on before and they die. Years ago when we raised them, they didn't seem to be as fragile. They were fragile and we would lose a couple here and there. It seems like over the course of the years, they have gotten more and more fragile, like they're susceptible to everything. And I've told y'all before, I just ain't doing it anymore. I just ain't doing it. I ain't doing it no more. So my American breasts have grown off absolutely gorgeous. Now, out of the 12 I got, I know that 6 are roosters, maybe even 7. So I'm gonna have more hens here with my white Jersey Giants. I'll also have a couple of roosters here to cross over with those American breasts. And I'm super excited about this process, but I've got to get them set up. I'm gonna give them some chick start and I'm gonna get them some water, put them over. They're just gonna go in our shop for right now until they get a little bit bigger. Then I will put them in our mobile coops and move them around closer to the house so I can keep an eye on them until they go down to the area where our big barn is. We'll rotate them just like we're doing the American breast right now in our gardens when we're not using those spots so they can till, forage, and fertilize. White Jersey Giants are settled in with everything that they need. They have a heat lamp that is to one side of the container that I have them in, so they have plenty of room to escape if they get too hot, because obviously it's the middle of summer here, but the nights it does drop down into the 70s, so they will have some heat. Romeo, come. They will have some heat at night if they need that. Romeo, come. Good boy. They also have plenty of food. They have water. We will be checking on them again every couple hours just to make sure they're okay, they don't need anything. Now we're off to the schoolroom. Today our day's worth of school. This is our 4th day of school.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights.
We are done with school, done with lunch. It is a little warm outside, but we have some outside chores that we have to do. So me and my little sidekick right here is about to go get started on some of those. Thankfully, we have had some rain the past couple of days in Mississippi, and our grounds honestly really needed it. So I'm not gonna have to water a lot of the gardens and stuff, but I do have to water the greenhouse because obviously that structure is closed and the rainwater doesn't get in there. So I'm gonna have to go water that, but I'm also gonna have to, my no-till beds, it's just one of those things every couple of weeks. I just have to go get in them and weed. And I want to show y'all something that I got that I really think I'm gonna like. So I'm just gonna pull it out and show y'all. This is my garden stool. Now I'm excited about this because y'all have seen me in some of my other videos. I'm either leaned over, I'm down on a knee, I'm rolling around on the ground, which is okay. I've done it for a long time, but you know, the older you get, sometimes it just is pretty helpful to have things that make your life a little bit easier. So I have a garden stool that I'm going to be using to weed today. It is from Deer Family, and actually you can just get this right on Amazon if you're interested. The setup is going to be pretty easy. I just have to pop my little legs out. I'm going to get that set up so when I start weeding, I can sit down on a little stool to pull my weeds, and I don't have to squat and put so much pressure on my knees or put my knees into the ground like I have done for so long. So I'm really excited about my garden stool, and I'll link that in the description for y'all. If y'all are interested, y'all can click on that link and check it out.
And I really wanna know,
It comes with these little pouches that go right on the side. So if I wanted to stick any tools that I had with me down in these pouches, there's actually 2, one for each side. That's pretty handy. I really like that. It actually has a top pouch and a bottom pouch, one for each side. Gloves also come with it, and I got an extra cushion. Now this is what I really like though. This is probably my favorite feature. Watch out, buddy. I can flip it upside down if I want to use this to kneel instead of putting my feet in the dirt. I can use this right here to put my legs on to kneel. Or if I decide to flip it back up and have a seat, I can do that. I really like those 2 features depending on, I guess, the environment that I'm in, the position I want to be in. If I get tired of one way, I can do it another way. This is adjustable to a sitting and a kneeling. It's pretty cool, and I definitely think it'll come in handy.
I lost my mind. I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high.
Y'all, I'm finally done weeding. Do really like my garden stool, but I have to come in and cook supper. You know, these chores just don't stop, and they surely don't do themselves. So tonight I'm making homemade hamburger helper, and it is really easy to do, and it is way better than the store-bought boxed version. So the first thing I'm about to do is fry up our hamburger meat. I have some non-GMO organic noodles that I'm going to boil until tender. I'm gonna take my noodles, put them right over on my meat.
And I really wanna know if I
I want to add some seasoning, and what I'm going to use is a pinch of salt. This is cheese powder that I got from Azure, and all it actually is freeze-dried or dehydrated cheese that's like been ground into powder. So I'm gonna put a couple tablespoons of this in there, I guess around 4. The heavy spices, I'm not gonna put a lot of those in there, maybe a tablespoon of chili powder. I always do this and then taste test and see if I wanna add what I wanna add more of. The cumin is gonna be about the same. Then I also have paprika, which I really like, and it's not too strong, so I'm actually gonna go about 2 tablespoons with this. Then I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of butter and about a cup of milk.
Even if the sky is falling.
After a quick taste test, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of salt. Everything else tastes really nice. And that is how you make homemade hamburger helper without having to go the box route where you really don't know exactly what's in there, and some of those words are so long you can't even pronounce. So there we have it, homemade hamburger helper. I'm gonna do a couple of side dishes to add with this before we go off to cross country. So as you guys can see, we're always busy, most of the time fun, although weeding is not my most favorite chore. It got done today. Looking forward to some downtime after supper tonight. God bless and happy homesteading, y'all.